We're live, brother. Can you? Oh! Damn, Ryan with the SoCal 316 shirt on, or holding it up to the camera. Oh, it's a Stone Cold shirt. Nice.
Yeah, they sold these at one of the last live events I was at.
Hey, it's the wrestling podcast that we haven't done. I don't know. I can't remember the last time we did this.
I think early on, yeah, it was like early during that weird phase of COVID, like when no one was leaving their house.
I mean, I know you and I did a CM Punk. We did a CM Punk reaction video.
Oh yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah,
but it wasn't under this guise of this gimmick of this podcast here. Now,
there you go.
Unbelievably, if you're watching the video version of this, you see on the phone right now is none other than Sam Kanan.
Hello.
Who actually is headed to WrestleMania, brother.
I am.
Can you believe it? Sam's going.
The only thought I have about this weekend is stupendous.
It is going to be stupendous.
It is going to be absolutely stupendous.
Is it? I'm actually excited about WrestleMania now. I'm ready. Are you?
I'm excited about the spectacle, not necessarily the card, but.
Yeah, Sam. Did you see the pictures? Did you see the pictures I just texted of like the early stage setup?
I did. Yeah, it looks pretty impressive.
What are your thoughts? Yeah,
I'm excited. You know, it's again. That looks like that's like pretty raw. It's like you could tell they're just kind of getting it started, but I have to imagine it's gonna. You know, every year they like continue to top themselves with the production for Mania. It's got to be ridiculous, right? At Cowboy Stadium, 2 nights. It's got to. I mean, the production is probably like. People are looking more forward to that than the actual show, like to the actual card, I feel like. So I know it's going to be some insane shit. It's going to be like crazy aisle. They have those massive screens. So I'm like more excited about that than like seeing Happy Corbin versus, R-Truth or whoever's fighting.
Sam, you're going to the whole gimmick, right? You're going to all 4 nights of the gimmick?
I'm not going to SmackDown.
Oh, you're not going to see the Undertaker Hall of Fame?
No, I'm not.
You have tickets.
Yeah, I'm still not going to go.
What the hell?
It's a lot. Plus, it's like we're just going to be. By the time we get there, it's like it's going to be too late because we're not arriving till like right before.
Wow. Ryan, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm with Sam on that. Like I know I am. I'm the type of traveler. Like I like to get off a plane and not race or rush somewhere. So I'm good with it. Plus, he's still got Saturday, Sunday, then Monday Night Raw. I don't know. 4 nights is a ton. I'd rather just go home, get a nice hot meal, take a shower, and watch the gimmick on replay on Peacock.
And don't forget, guys, that Undertaker, he's going to come out at WrestleMania. They always have the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Me went to a Hall of Fame like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. And it was like literally the worst night of my life. It was like 12 to 15 hours.
Yeah. But that was before the Hall of Fame was like well done. That was so like bad. That was a shitty. That was and that was, I believe, Mean Gene was also put in, and Hulk Hogan put him in. And Bret Hart's like, Hulk Hogan's a piece of shit. I remember he never put anyone over.
It was a good lineup. It was Bret Hart. It was Eddie Guerrero, Mean Gene. But it was even with all that, it was too much to handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually shocked the Steiners are going in this year.
Yeah. You should go just for that, Sam.
Very late edition. I'm sure they'll be there on the weekend.
Yeah.
I can't do 45 hours of wrestling in 4 days.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Sam. Sam is gonna be dressed up like X-Pac.
We actually have really good seats, so I'm pretty close to the aisle.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sam got free tickets.
With the Undertaker presentation at Actual Mania, they're going to give him like a proper intro, and you get to see the whole thing. So you're fine. I wouldn't sweat it. In fact, what I would do, Sam, if I were you, I would. I don't know, maybe not, but I don't know what time the card starts. But I'd get home, drop the bags, take a shower, get a bite, and try to head to Ring of Honor Supercard to catch them boys.
That would actually be more. I'd be more entertained by that than by SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't think your wife would, though.
No, I don't think she would. I'm fairly certain.
Do you guys remember the crowd?
Why are you so concerned about me going to SmackDown?
What's that?
Why are you so concerned about me going to SmackDown?
Well, why would you waste it?
It doesn't matter why you're so concerned about
Oh man.
I mean, Sam, this shows you how people are ungrateful, right? Sam got the gimmick, right? And by the way, we were laughing about this before we started recording, how wrestlers call everything a gimmick. Like Ryan was setting up his gimmick. I was just in the gimmick. I just jumped in the gimmick for a few minutes to rinse off, which was the shower. Ryan was on his phone. That's the gimmick. Sam has WrestleMania tickets. That's the gimmick. Like, they call everything a gimmick.
Everything the gimmick.
But Sam, you had some relatives that were very nice. They gave you 4-day passes for everything.
Yeah, but they didn't realize they were getting like the multi-day pass. So it was, we initially just planned on going to one night, like WrestleMania night 1. So it just so happened it was more than that. So again, it's, honestly, 3 straight shows that are 10 hours each.
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Ryan, let me ask you a question. If I gave you 3, if I had 4 bags of gold, right, and you were expecting 1 bag of gold, would you accept the other 3 bags of gold, or would you just take the 1?
Well, it depends on how far I had to walk and how heavy they were. So, and it's a similar thing to what Sam's dealing with. Look, he gets off of the plane, which is never fun. Like, I don't know. I'm like a germaphobe, and I feel like Sam's kind of like me, where I like to I don't like to get off the plane and immediately go somewhere.
Yeah, true.
Especially in the South.
I don't know.
You ain't around here.
You have to show proof that you have COVID to get into WrestleMania.
You look a little too healthy, boy.
I gotta say, it's also funny with Abe. Like, he's the guy where if you go to like a baseball game or a concert, by like the second inning or like the third song, he's like, "Let's go stand like closer to the doorway so we can leave right when it's over." And it's it's like he wants. I mean, that's
because I wake up at 3:25 in the morning. You're talking about a 4-day weekend.
What about 4 straight shows?
No, I know, but that's because I wake up at 3:15. You're not going to have to do shit.
And by the way, let me ask you this, Sam and Abe. Have you guys ever been to AT&T Stadium?
No.
First time.
So I went to the last Mania there, and I don't know, man. Like the situation of getting in there alone was stressful enough on one night. Yeah. I don't envy. I would Uber. Honest to God, I probably would Uber.
Yeah.
Because I ended up parking. I paid like $120 to park in the alley of some like body shop with some guy that was like, I swear it's. Yeah. No, honestly, he was like, "Yeah, I swear it's cool if you park here." I was like, "I don't fucking believe you," but he made me like drive up. He made me like drive up on the curb and like just get in some weird shady alley. He's like,
back up, back up.
It was.
Get right up against the barn.
This doesn't seem legit. And he goes, "I own this building," and I was like, "I don't fucking think you do."
What did you pay? $120?
Something like that. It was crazy.
Well, Sam's going with people who like they live there, so they're gonna handle probably all the driving. Let them do that gimmick part of it.
Yeah.
No, but Ryan's right though. I had looked that up, and that it's supposed to be a real pain in the ass to get into that place for anything.
Yeah.
So Sam, you sound real excited.
What does that mean?
No, he said you sound excited. About
what do you want me to do?
I don't know. I feel like you should be happy. Like, yeah, WrestleMania, brother.
Yeah, WrestleMania, brother.
Yeah. Let me say one more thing. Let me.
I can't wait. Actually,
let me say one more thing about the early photos that have been sort of leaked about the stage setup. It's like anytime WWE goes to London, right? They always have the red phone booths. Anytime they're in New Orleans, it's always let the good times roll. Yeah. Like Vince can't help himself, and he has to have those cowboy stars as a focal point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no matter where they're at, he has to pick the most cliche thing about the city they're in.
It was like last year, it was all like the Buccaneer stuff. It was pirate ships everywhere.
Oh yeah, it was the pirates everywhere. Yeah,
they had Hogan come out with a pirate hat and a sword and an eye patch.
Oh, that was awful. Remember that?
Oh.
I do want to make one prediction for WrestleMania weekend that I've been thinking. Oh,
and when they're in Saudi Arabia, they did that live beheading.
Here's pictures, by the way. This is from I'm the Boss Legit. This is what the set is looking like at Mania, brother. If you're, I mean, I can't see much right now, honestly.
No,
it's not. But go ahead.
Can I share my special? I have a special prediction for the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm predicting that Seth Rollins' opponent will not be Cody Rhodes.
Oh my God.
That's an exclusive right here.
I don't know that I disagree with you. I can see it going one of two ways.
Now it's too obvious.
Okay, here are the two ways I see it going. All right. Number one, I can see it just the Cody thing just not happening. I could see them waiting. Either Cody backs out or Vince doesn't want to do it and saves him till maybe the Raw after. And in that case, it's going to be Shane. I've heard that Shane's already.
Oh, I would love that.
Okay.
No,
that's
but
number one.
Then Cody comes. I think someone's going to come out first. Everyone's going to be pissed off. Then Cody's going to come out.
That could be that's option 3.
Part of the show.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So then the second option is that Cody does come out, and Seth is so pissed. Vince is going to be at ringside actually when he announces that it's Cody. Seth is going to be so upset that he's like leaning over the ropes, just shouting at Vince. Hi, Penny. And then Cody's just going to do a quick like roll up or crossroads, 1, 2, 3, squash over, setting up a match at the next pay-per-view, like a proper match. But I don't see it being an actual wrestling match between Cody and Seth.
I want Cody on the stick, bro. I want Cody on the stick, brother.
Maybe. You know what would be great if he came out like on Hunter's throne. And that's why I think that maybe Hunter announced his retirement last week, that Hunter could come out with Vince and say, since I can't work, I picked, because look, they have the history.
Yeah. What if he throws the swerve and he comes out with Triple H?
He could.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if you hear the game's music after the sob story with Stephen A? By the way, Stephen A is the worst interviewer ever. Like, what a stupid interview that was with Triple H. He didn't ask one follow-up question. I'm done. Yeah, I got a ticker in here.
See,
whatever.
But you got to understand.
Okay.
Don't you think to interview a guy like Triple H, he probably gives all kinds of like rules from the start, like you can only talk about these things. I thought it was pretty good actually.
I don't know. I didn't like it. But Sam, you I know you have a heart out, right, brother?
I do. A couple minutes.
Let's Sam hasn't been on a podcast in maybe, I don't know, years or no, whenever we did, maybe less than a year or something. All Sam's fans have been begging me, "Where's Sam the Loose Cannon? Where's Sam the Loose Cannon?"
Sam's always been over.
Yeah. Sam is over. He's the biggest heel in the business. And here, he's on this phone line. I hear like dishes in the background. Like he doesn't even care about.
Fuck.
You know what it is?
What?
It's my dryer. Like I said, I'm getting ready to go to Dallas. Got some clothes in the dryer.
You can't go in a different room where it's a little bit more quiet. Ryan, or Ryan, listen to this. Sam and I live in the same condo building. He could have walked in. He's on the 8th floor. I'm on the 6th floor. He could have walked in the elevator and been down here in 90 seconds or less.
Yeah, but I've been in and out all day, dumbass. I told you that already. Okay, remember?
But instead we have to.
I love Sam's follow-ups. I love Sam's okay.
Yeah. Instead, we have to listen to all of his belts in the dryer right now, slamming.
Yeah, I'm drying belts.
Oh shit!
Focus for 5 seconds.
Oh my God!
Let's get to the card. And by the way, Ryan, you mentioned that you watched WrestleMania 10 again the other day, right?
I did, yeah. Because I can't remember who did it, but one of the Stable of Conrad podcast, they talked about WrestleMania 10, and the way they described it made it sound a lot cooler than it was.
Oh yeah.
Honest to God, WrestleMania 10 was the Owen Brett match was great to start, and then the ladder match. Other than that,
that was the opening match, right?
Owen and Brett, and then the ladder match was good. Other than that, it was pretty trash. Like Luger and Yokozuna to see who would go on to face Brett in the final match. That was like it was just one nerve hold after the next. It was so boring.
Like were they
Leilani
like this?
Yeah. It was just, and that was like at Yokozuna's like heaviest. Like he was gassed walking to the ring for the first match.
Yeah.
Leilani Kai showed up, and I didn't realize at the time that she was like 75. Like she was like, I don't even know why they trotted her back out there.
Wait, who is? I don't even know who that is.
Leilani Kai, didn't you watch 10 recently, Sam, or no?
Or
did you watch? No, you watched 18. You watched 18. That was
I watched 18 in its entirety. I did watch a little bit of 10. We were talking about it, but I think I watched the Owen match, the ladder match, and then what was the main event again?
It ended up being Brett and Yoko.
Yeah, that was terrible too. I watched that too.
You know what's funny though? Like when we were kids, when they first made Brett the champion, I remember Sam and I were like, Bret Hart, what the fuck? When you look back now, Brett was the only good wrestler. Now you see why they made him the guy, right?
The thing about Bret Hart is like his matches have aged very well. Like you look back and Bret Hart match stands the test of time, where most of those matches
it definitely does
good. Yeah, like he was.
And I'll tell you why. Because Brett understood storytelling probably better than anyone else did at that time. He would sell a left knee injury the whole match, right? And so there was you would see like, okay, Owen's working on the knee, and there was continuity in what he did and believability in what he did, and he sold everything the right way, even if he's an asshole now. And always will be. Like even when his niece, and I'm not making light of this, but when his niece died 2 weeks ago, he put out that statement and couldn't help himself. He had to bury his brother Smith as being an absolute.
I always knew Smith was a piece of shit. Smith was always one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever seen. Smith's daughter died, and can't help but think that she had a longer life.
There was like 6 words about his niece, and then there were about 19 paragraphs
about what a piece of shit brother Smith was. It's crazy. And like even the other day, I saw another thing where he was putting over Lesnar. He's like, he was saying, however, it says Lesnar is stiff. I've never found that. I've heard he works stiff, but he doesn't hurt people, unlike Goldberg. Like he just can't. He can't help himself. It's crazy. But awesome. But going back to your point though, his shit holds up, Abe and Sam. Honest to God, like it's really good work. He deserved that title. Not
him
Luger,
and Michaels. Him and Michaels were great
for sure.
They definitely did. And if you think back on it,
Brett was like a better ring general than Michaels. Like Michaels kind of like set off that era of like the big spots and stuff. Like especially with that ladder match was kind of like the start of that with Scott Hall. But Brett was like in terms of like the overall package in the ring was like second to none in that era.
Totally,
no one was
completely. And what a it's so funny how hyped they got everyone for Luger, to
the
Lex
slam
Express tour and all that shit. Yeah, the slam, the Lex Express, all that. But like
Sam loved that shit. He was all into it.
I did not love Luger.
Sam's like, no, I remember Sam's like, I heard the Lex Express is in Oakland. I heard the Lex something like that. And he was like running. Sam was like running down the street.
But I think as a kid at that age, I wasn't running down the street. I think as a kid at that age, you wanted to believe that Luger was going to be like, you wanted to buy the hype, but even at like the age of 11 or 12, you're like, this guy's bullshit.
Yeah.
I remember I was at a White Sox game and he threw out the first pitch and the Lex Express was parked outside and I have pictures in front of the Lex Express.
Yeah.
I mean, and I thought at the time I thought it was awesome. But if you watch it back now, like what a disaster it would have been had they gone with Lex in that whole
my God. Yeah. Thank God they didn't.
Well, yeah, and it's surprising Vince made the decision to go with Brett when he had Lex right there. He was pushing him super hard, but he still, because that was the WrestleMania where they had the so it was Owen versus Brett was like, so it was like a kind of like a fake tournament.
Yeah.
Where Owen versus Brett was the first round, but Brett was advancing to the title match either way. And then it was Lex versus Yoko, and the winner was going to fight Brett at the end. And I remember as a kid thinking for sure it was going to be Brett and Lex. And being really surprised when Yoko went over Lex.
Yeah.
But it was a DQ, so.
Yeah, and another match that I just remembered on that card was Crush and Savage.
Oh, when he ties him up in the back?
Oh, Jesus, God, dude.
And Ryan, you were talking about that, and I actually went back and watched that. And so, what happened? Like, Savage was supposed to, like, hang him upside down, and he couldn't, like, do it properly.
Savage didn't know how to tie a knot.
Fell on the ground. Yeah.
He tried wrapping it around the scaffolding, and then, like, at the second Savage walked away, Crush just falls to the ground. Like, he easily could have gotten out of that rope and ran to the ring.
That was such a horrible feud because no one gave a shit about Crush ever.
No.
Ever. Not in that gimmick. Or really ever. I mean, maybe in Demolition for a minute, but not really.
You know how that happened because him and Crush in real life were friends, just like Knobs and Hogan. Hey, why are the Nasty Boys? Because he's friends with Hogan. Brutus Beefcake, friends with Hogan. That's how it worked back then.
Same reason Jimmy Hart still is in every video that you see Hogan, and Jimmy Hart's still like, yeah, baby.
Well, let's do a little preview here. Let's start with night one, the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. This is WrestleMania 38. I remember when Sam and I, my Uncle Rick and my Aunt Michelle, picked us up. We didn't know what was going on. Sam, how shocking was it? They're like, we're taking you somewhere. This is how dumb we were. When was WrestleMania 5? Was it 80?
89.
89. So I was like 7, right?
April 2nd.
So I was 7, about to be 8 that August, right?
But wait, WrestleMania 5 was in Jersey. That was
no, but listen.
Yeah.
So my aunt and uncle pick us up.
Closed circuit TV.
Yeah. So we didn't know what was going on. We walk into this place and it was a closed circuit viewing of WrestleMania 5. They were selling programs. I still have the program, I think. And it was awesome. Like the greatest thing. And that was WrestleMania 5. I can't believe it's WrestleMania 38. Mm-hmm. That's like my greatest memory as a kid.
That was like my first and last time seeing anything in closed circuit television. But
yeah. It was crazy. Well, now let's go through the shit show that's night one of WrestleMania 38. So Becky Lynch and Bianca Bel-Air for the Raw Women's Championship. I liked Becky's new haircut. If you notice, she looks like Haley from Paramore. It's a very good look on her.
It's a good look.
Very good. Oh, that's
Becky
a shitty.
Becky should go over that easily. I'd be shocked if she.
I think Bianca's going to win. She's going to win back the title because the way Becky beat her at SummerSlam. Now it's the payoff.
Okay, let me ask you this: no matter how it ends, no matter the finish, does Becky cut off that rat tail?
Oh, that'd be great. What if she brought out Beefcake? What if she brought Bruce Beefcake?
I definitely feel like if she loses, she's definitely going to cut it off. Because it's like they've kind of been building to that. Like the hair gimmick has been like all they've really been selling this entire feud. Yeah. So I think she should, but I just don't think that you have two probably bigger stars in the women's division than you have in the men's division. In the men's division, you have Roman is like the only major full-time star you have. You have Charlotte and Becky. It's not a good time right now to take the belt off of Becky. Bianca sucks. It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way she talks is annoying too.
If that tail does get cut off, I could see her wearing it around her neck. Every time she comes to the ring.
That's great. That's a great idea.
Keeping it with her.
Yeah. And it's a fake. It's not like it's her real hair anyway. So it's kind of stupid, right? Like that thing's fake. It's not real.
It is?
Of course it is.
Oh, that went over my head. I'm a mark, brother.
There's no way that thing could be real. That gimmick can't be real. All right. So we'll move on here. Rey and Dominic Mysterio. And by the way, hey, Dominic, start wearing a mask. It's about time. You don't have a face for, television.
I think he's a good looking kid.
You do?
Yeah.
I think he needs to work more on his physical fitness than the mask. He just looks like
you like his looks.
Regular...
Abe's going to now focus. He's pulling up a picture of Dominic, being like, "You think this guy's hot?" This is
let's just see how he looks.
Here we go.
I'm just trying to take a look at him.
He's not. I mean, they have far uglier humans on that roster.
Here he is, right here, everybody. If you've never seen Dominic Mysterio, this is what he looks like.
He's fine. What's wrong with that?
No, he actually looks good in this picture, but this isn't really how he looks. But here's the thing, like Vince said, right?
Do you think he looks like Large Marge from the Goonies or something?
Oh, we serve here. It's wet, isn't it?
Tongue.
Drink it.
Or not Large Marge, but what was her name? Ma Fratelli.
Mama Fratelli.
Yeah, Large Marge was from
He's probably more handsome than his father. Remember when Ray had his mask off?
Yeah. I mean, he's not ugly or anything, but he just doesn't have like a larger than life look to him. Right?
He doesn't look like a wrestler, is what it is.
Yeah. You know what he is? He's like Jannetty in the Rockers. Like he's like the guy who just like, yeah, mama, yeah, baby, we're coming.
Yeah, come on, baby,
rock and roll. Yeah, like he's basic. He's basic.
Yeah. If you're listening to this on the audio version, just go on my YouTube channel and just watch the video version here. I mean, you're right, Ryan. He's not a bad looking guy. But he's
not ugly. He's mid.
But he doesn't pop.
To quote MJF,
he's pop.
Mid. He's mid.
Exactly. But he doesn't pop on the screen
at all.
Like Vince said, everyone has to be larger than life. He is not larger. He's a fine guy. Fine, like you said, Ryan. You would go as far as saying he looks great. Hey, I'm no one to say he looks good. However, he's not popping. Like all three of us pop better on screen.
Sure. Well, it's like Vince's airport test, right? Do you stand out walking through the airport? And Dominic, I wouldn't even notice Dominic. Yeah. I've seen Mickey James
Frankie
in an airport.
Rodriguez.
Oh, go ahead.
Throwing shade at Dominic. He said Dominic looks sloppy to be in the ring.
Oh, okay. Talking about work rate. I
think Dominic has a fine body.
Yeah.
By the way,
is Frankie talking about his actual work rate or his body?
I don't know, Frankie. By the way, really quick, I don't mean to derail, but Frankie there used to be with was it AAW?
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan, people don't know this. Ryan Manno, our very own Ryan Manno, was the commentator when Seth Rollins, who was Tyler Black, won the title.
That's right.
Like, that's crazy.
Who did he beat? I think he beat Eric Priest. And I remember that. That call is still somewhere on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is on. Yeah. Ryan's the one doing the commentary. That's crazy. It's awesome. Anyway, I think I'm guessing that the Logan and the Miz are going to go over this time because every year the Miz and his celebrity partner lose.
Yeah.
I think it might start some friction with Dominic and Ray.
Well, it's about time. They have to do something. I think that there's got to be maybe a turn.
I was going to pick the Mysterious, but that actually, I that changed my mind. I'm going to go with the Miz and Logan.
I'm with you on that. Yep.
All right. God. Drew McIntyre and Happy Corbin. Sam, that's the match where you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm not going to it's going to be, I would assume it's going to be McIntyre, and let's just move on from that.
Because they're saying that Happy Corbin is undefeated since there's a funny recap of how he's undefeated.
It's ridiculous that they how dumb do they think the fans are? Like, Happy Corbin is undefeated. It's like,
Ryan,
Happy Corbin.
Didn't you share something with us, Ryan, that had said why Happy Corbin's undefeated? Like, he's lost 75 matches, but they're all either tag team matches.
Even as Happy Corbin, he's 3-20 or something. It's just ridiculous.
But he's not. So when there's an article that someone posted where
I don't remember that.
Well, he lost 13 tag team matches. He lost every battle royal, but as far as singles matches, he's never lost as Happy Corbin.
Oh boy,
which is funny. Drew McIntyre is going to win that.
Yeah.
If this match doesn't go the way of the Bloodline, this is going to be awful. The Usos against Shinsuke and Rick Boogs. Rick Boogs is the worst ever.
Yeah, he's terrible.
I hate Rick Boogs. Ryan, do you love Boogs?
I am complete. I wouldn't even say I dislike him. He's such a non-needle mover for me that I couldn't be less indifferent.
Yeah.
Or more indifferent.
They're only doing this so he could play the guitar, right?
Is it a triple threat or is it just those two? I can't even remember.
It's just a one-on-one match to two tag teams.
I bet you that Boogs and Nakamura win, unfortunately.
Oh.
But God, it'd be awful. You can't. No way.
Vince loves a guitar player. That's
exactly. God.
Is Elias still with them, or was he in that last round of releases?
He's trying to change his gimmick. They said.
Oh, got it.
So
he's not a guy where they did. I remember they did a 4-week run of promos of him walking in a forest or something. Then he just disappeared. Like Alexa Bliss, they had 2 months of her in therapy and then just no word.
Yeah. Now where's Lexa at? Is Lexa even on Mania?
No, she's not even. She's not even on the show.
So what's going on?
I don't know. But,
oh wait, hang on. There's 2 bathroom matches in a row. I hope these 2 matches aren't in a row because the next match is the New Day, Kofi and Xavier Woods against Sheamus and Ridge with Butch in the corner.
Butch is there. Then they're gonna get it.
Butch.
I love Butch.
Say that again. I can't. I don't even know what you just said. So it's the New Day.
Exactly.
Kofi and Woods against Sheamus and Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay. New Day has to win.
And then Butch is in the corner
to avenge them almost fucking killing Big E.
You would hope.
Yeah.
I mean, God, Ridge Holland will do the job.
I got to go with Butch. Butch is the X factor in that match.
Butch is Pete Dunne, of course.
What a joke.
They just ruined him. They ruined him in one day.
Pete Dunne. Who's that?
Get out of here.
I know of a Butch. I don't know of a Pete Dunne.
Sam's in gimmick right now. All right. Then you got this is besides the Stone Cold thing, which we'll get to in a second. This is the second biggest thing to me. Seth Rollins against is it Cody? Is it Shane? Is it Mustafa Ali? Who could it be? It's gonna be Cody.
I'm gonna guess it's John Cena.
Oh,
Ooh, that would
That's not bad.
What if Cena came out in his Peacemaker gimmick?
God.
You know what? I could honestly see them doing something like that.
John, come out in the Peacemaker.
I have a feeling Cody's going to be on the show, but I don't necessarily think he's going to be wrestling Seth Rollins.
Here's why
Jay the Gay with a very fair point. This whole thing sounds like a go to the bathroom and never come back pay-per-view so far.
Here's why I do think Cody will be involved in some way, is because if they didn't want any of those chants coming through the last few weeks, they would have found a way to sweeten or drown that sound out. Like you could hear an audible Cody chant, and I don't think Vince would allow that if there was no actual plan in place.
Yeah.
And they always they're making these, like, if you catch it, like Graves will be like, "Oh, that just turned into an American nightmare."
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like, very dashing.
I definitely think he's going to be part of something, but I feel like there might be a swerve. Like I kind of thought that maybe they would. Again, this is just Dave Meltzer didn't call me with this, but I thought it might be a cool idea if like Austin Theory lost to Pat McAfee and then Vince brought Cody out as like his new guy because Austin Theory couldn't get it done. Something like that would be fresher. I feel like
decent. Yeah, good.
I like that. I would like to see Cody do something to attack Cody coming out in just a match. That to me tells me he's going to be Stardust in 4 months. Like, this isn't the right way to bring him in. He needs to come in like Scott Hall came into WCW. Hey, you know why I'm here? I'm here. I'm here. That lisp. So let's hope it's Cody, right? Then you have.
But wait. Before you move on, hold on really quick.
Yeah.
This is what I don't get about it. If Vince picked. The logic isn't connecting with me why Vince would pick Cody, the one guy who left, and you could argue is responsible for the only competition. I don't know why Vince, like, storyline wise, why would Vince select Cody to go against one of his most loyal soldiers?
You know why? My son-in-law's useless now. This is the son I should have had, Cody. Oh, that'd be great.
Could be.
Then Shane comes out and says, "What about me, Dad?" Maybe this whole thing with Shane was a swerve to get Shane to feud with Cody and Vince. Who knows?
Penny just knocked the phone.
Oh, Ryan just dropped his gimmick.
Shit, that was a Penny move.
Oh, that's Penny, one of the top dogs around. So we all agree that Ryan dropped his phone. We all agree it's going to be Cody, and then you have Charlotte and Ronda. I mean, I guess Ronda's going to win, right? Even though didn't she say she won't be on the Raw after Mania?
I don't know.
She should. I don't think she's gonna win either way. I would go with Charlotte. I think Ronda's return has been really disappointing.
She just sucks on the mic.
Yeah.
She just sucks on the mic, and she's like, the little ring work she's shown is like a tenth of as intense as it was when she.
God, Abe sent us a clip the other day of when she was fucking up Hunter.
Her first appearance was awesome.
Dude, ruthless. And now
she was in great shape, everything.
Ugh. I can't get excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope Charlotte wins. And Ronda doesn't deserve to win that. It just she just sucks on the mic. She shouldn't talk. You know what she needs? She needs Paul Heyman. She needs someone like that with her.
Why not Heyman?
Yeah. She sucks on the mic. She can't do it. She just can't. You know, it took Brock Lesnar.
She's one of the worst promos in the history of wrestling.
Yeah.
She's so bad.
And she tries to act tough, which is just, and it's funny because in the UFC, she was great on the mic, and now she just can't do it for some reason.
She has like no ability to emote at all. Like she can't show any emotion.
Yeah.
She's just so not convincing, everything she does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now then let's hope this closes out the show. The KO show with Stone Cold. Stone Cold said he's getting in ring shape. Most people think this is going to be a match. It's going to like turn into some kind of match. Like he's just going to kick his ass, I guess, in the ring for 20 minutes?
I honestly believe, like I still believe that there's going to be a Stone Cold match in the future. It might not be. It's not going to be Saturday, but I feel like it's going to lead to something. Because all that Saudi Arabia money is probably just too good to pass up for Stone Cold.
Oh, my God. If they wasted him on Saudi Arabia, that would be so ridiculous.
If you're Austin, though, and they say, hey, we're going to give you $25 million.
Yeah.
To come.
What? What? 25 million? What?
I would take it. Shit.
He's probably getting what? 10 million to do this? 5 million for this one match?
Probably at least 3.
I mean, They owe it to him. It's like when you like the UFC, right? Like when they got that big $4 billion deal, it's like you should take care of the people that got you here. Stone Cold is one of the people that got Vince to this point with the network, these ridiculous cable deals, all this stuff. He should take care of Stone Cold.
Yeah, I mean, I heard they're going to make $100 million this weekend, so you could give Stone Cold. I mean, of all people, Stone Cold deserves to get $5 million for 10 minutes of work.
Oh yeah. For all he did for the company.
But what if Austin is that old school sort of mindset? What if Owens just fucking wrecks him?
That'd be interesting.
That might be even cooler because then it's, it would cause a lot of intrigue because it's like everyone assumes Austin's just going to come out and, open a can, for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But it would be great if that's not what happened. That would be really cool.
It would be shocking. Like the only thing that would be as shocking was when Brock beat The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying Austin won't give him the stunner and pop the crowd, but like I could see an Owens type situation where he gets his ass kicked, but follows Steve up the ramp and then just decimates him.
Yeah.
Like powerbomb off the stage and the show ends with Owens.
That'd be awesome.
I gotta say too about this angle. Owens has done an amazing job being a one-man show trying to push this angle.
I was thinking that the other
Austin
night.
has not been on TV.
When you don't have a dancing partner to sell
I've
tickets, imagine that. Like you have to sell the show alone.
And basically a main event too.
Completely. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything Owens did, he took from the interview I did with him, all my ideas.
Of course.
He did use the Muley Muff line. I noticed that you used on him.
I gave him a lot of lines. Hey, people don't know this, but I'm responsible for the Hogan Rock match. And everyone knows it's true. Ryan knows it because I told him.
I was in the room.
Could you tell the story, Ryan? Because when I tell it, people never believe me.
This is a true story. Hulk Hogan was in, and Abe. We weren't even in the studio, right? We were in like the side office or whatever.
Little side seats. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And Abe said, I got to tell you, I think what would be awesome, would be huge, is if you had a match with The Rock at WrestleMania. And Hogan was like, I'll think about that, brother. And within months, they were starting the build.
And what I said was, too, I'm like, The Rock should be a bad guy and say he's the real Hollywood and blah, blah, blah. You're not Hollywood. And he's like, you know what, brother? I'm talking to Vince this week, brother. That's a good idea, dude. I'm going to bring that up. And guess what? It happened, man. Yeah. The greatest match ever at WrestleMania. Maybe the greatest match ever at WrestleMania.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Now,
I did watch 18 back. Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead about 18. Exactly.
I was just going to say I watched 18 the other day. Decent. I mean, really good. And that Hogan Rock match is one of the all-time greats. But
that was one of the greatest organic crowd reactions of all time.
Yeah, it was great.
Ever. And those guys both deserve a world of credit for how they pivoted and sort of reacted to it in the moment, because they didn't know what that reaction was going to be. It was amazing. The worst part about that, though, was Saliva about 18.
Oh, yes. God, I hate Saliva.
Actually, half an hour of new metal performances across the 4-hour show.
Good God.
You know what's funny? Unrelated, on the radio show this week, I was talking shit about Saliva for like 20 minutes for no reason.
Good.
I hate Saliva.
And I hate to say it because I swear Josie Scott is a nice individual, but that band is horrible.
What's Sam?
I do only have a few minutes. You want to hit the main points of night 2 before I jump off?
Just get there. Sorry. Plow through it.
And now, Sam the loose cannon. What?
His belts are dry.
His belts are dry. I have given much more time than I initially was able to. So
that's very nice of it.
Yeah.
Thank you. But if we could at least hit, I do want to hit the highlights of night 2. If we don't spend 20 minutes talking about it.
All right, go. I'll shut up.
What an asshole. All right. So really quick. Awful. Fatal 4-way tag team match. Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Sasha and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Baszler. Who gives a fuck?
I'm gonna go with Ripley and Morgan, but who cares?
Yeah. They should probably win, right? Or Sasha and Naomi. One of
Ripley's the only person in that whole match who is like has any value at all.
I do like Ripley.
Me too.
I know. And so we're gonna say Sasha, Naomi, probably, or Ripley, and who cares? It doesn't matter.
Also, Zelina's turning face. She's gonna turn out Carmella. She'll be a face.
Oh god, awful. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Of course, I don't know. I guess Sami Zayn's gonna win. It's an anything goes match.
I think Knoxville's gonna go over.
I think the fact that it's an anything goes match makes it that Knoxville's gonna go over because Steve-O or Wee Man or something's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wee Man will probably go out and do something.
Yeah.
Then you have Pat McAfee against Austin Theory. That should be decent.
Theory wins.
Yeah, I think McAfee. Oh, Theory?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with McAfee.
Theory has to win because you can't.
There's no.
Pat
you don't
McAfee's
go
an
anywhere
announcer.
with Pat. You don't go anywhere else with McAfee.
Yeah.
Theory's got to go over.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like the Theory thing has kind of been a failure. I feel like Vince is. I have a feeling Vince is going to move on from that, but I could be wrong.
Then you have a triple threat tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. By the way, I've been saying this forever. Please unify all belts. Now that the world title is going to be unified, here's the thing. Champions get to be on both shows. It's great. Then all the big stars are on both shows, and then you have people from both shows chasing the champions. It's great. Being a champion now is hard. Only the greats can hold the titles. You have people coming at you from both shows. It's great. 2 sets of tag team titles. Who gives a fuck? So you have RK Bro, the Street Profits, and Alpha Academy. Who cares? Right? No one cares.
I do think that Alpha Academy is going to win that. I do feel like RK Bro is going to break up. I'm not sure who's going to turn on who.
People are saying the Street Profits might break up.
No, I think Street Profits are turning heel. They've been showing some heel tendencies lately. I think they're heel turning.
Oh, they're not heels yet? I thought they already were.
Not yet, not officially, but I think it's going to be a full-on heel turn.
Sorry, I'm always fast-forwarding through their matches.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I'll catch 3 seconds here. Oh.
I saw some. This is unrelated, and I know you got to go, Sam. But I saw someone post something on Reddit the other day. Like, I don't even know who this was. It had to be some little kid, but they called Montez Ford the greatest high flyer in WWE history. I couldn't even read that with a straight face. He does that frog splash and he gets good height, but they call him like the greatest high flyer.
He does get some good height.
Maybe he could jump the highest in history, but I wouldn't call him the greatest.
Yeah. I think that's probably what they meant.
That would be Mysterio.
Yeah, for sure.
Edge and AJ Styles, that should be a good match. I'm sure
that'd be a great match. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm guessing Edge is going to win but then again, AJ Styles does a lot of jobs.
I think AJ is going to go over actually, against heel Edge. I feel like, you have Edge as a heel now. Edge could take a loss at this point.
Edge can take the loss for sure.
Pretty bulletproof.
Yep.
Maybe give Edge the title, one of the titles. Like, do you think after Roman Reigns holds up both belts, you think The Rock's going to come out at the end? And we'll get to that in a second, but I'm bringing that up because do you think that the title is going to stay unified, or do you think they're going to put one of them on Raw? Are they going to have a tournament?
Oh God, I hope not. It has to be.
They will probably.
Oh,
but I really feel like they're going to stay unified for a little bit. I have a feeling they're going to. Otherwise, it makes it so meaningless because it's like, what's the point?
But wait, Sam, before
saying it's a unification match when the next day you're like, well, you have to lose one of them.
Sam, before we get to that, we have to, of course, get to Bobby Lashley against the awesome Omos.
Man, he is impressive.
Omos has to win, right?
What a worker.
Why does he wear black jeans?
You think Omos? I think Lashley's going to win.
No way. You can't make Lashley win that. You have to keep Omos as a monster. But then again, where do you take Omos the monster? Because if he wins the title,
we've seen this with Great Khali. Remember, I was at the Mania in Detroit when Khali wrestled Kane. They were building Khali as like this monster. I mean, that was probably the worst match I've ever seen with my eyes. It was the worst shit that has ever been booked in history. And unless they have plans to put a belt on Omos or like really build it, where do you go with it?
Yeah.
Omos is one of those guys where it's guaranteed to be a failure. Yeah, I know they're trying to push him to the moon right now, but it's like Bobby Lashley's the guy who's really gotten himself over. Definitely one of the top stars in the company now. So you have a position where you got almost built up as high as you could build him. Give Lashley a big win here. That's what I would do.
I agree.
Because an almost win, that's like giving Fandango the win over Chris Jericho.
Oh, what a mistake.
It's not at the end of the day, it's not going to pay off. It's going to be looked at as a joke 3 years from now.
And Lashley just beat Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. He just got a win over Brock. So you're going to make this jobber Omos beat him?
Look, and nothing changes with Omos because he's an attraction, as they call it. He's a live event guy where like the moronic kids on the rail are like, look how tall he is, Mom.
He's so big.
That's all he's there
look at him. Hey, what's that? Hey, look at that over there. Look at that. The Big Show. Look at over there. Look at how big his butt is.
It's the same as when Sheamus said, oh my God, he's so white.
Yeah.
He's so pale.
Well, look at that big old cheeks on the back. Look at those big butt cheeks. Look how big he is. His butt's bigger than my head. That's right. That's half the wrestling fans, right?
Of course.
Look how big his hands is. Look at his hands are. Look how big those hands.
Big his hands is.
Yeah.
So that's
imagine him sitting on a chair.
How does he poop?
Yeah. Hey, I feel bad for his commode. Fucking morons. Yeah. See, this is why.
But see, that's in Vince's head. He's saying the same thing you're saying.
I know.
He's envisioning the fans sounding exactly like that.
Yeah.
This is why we suffer with shitty wrestling because they're catering to fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that back on him. That's a big back. Gives a fuck. Fucking idiots. He's so big. All right, so now we get to the main event, the biggest main event of all time, as they're saying.
The only match that really matters for tonight.
Yeah, honestly, it really is. Yeah. So you have Brock and Roman. Brock has to lose, and then The Rock has to come out, right?
I think so.
I would say I think over 50% chance The Rock comes out.
Here's what's tough though about bringing The Rock out is a guy like that. You can't plan. You can barely plan 3 months out because anything could change.
Yeah.
Well, Paul Heyman was on.
If anybody in the company right now could do what they did 10 years ago, where they basically had The Rock and Cena announced like
a year out,
a year out. I think Roman could do that because he's so good right now on the mic. I think he could keep teasing that match over the course of a year. And still work other feuds.
Yeah, and then all the other guys could say, I want that match with The Rock.
You guys, but what if, a lot could change with The Rock. What if he's just not available? Do they then rush it and put it at SummerSlam?
Yeah,
what do you do?
He'd have to make a firm commitment for sure. Like, if you brought him out, they would have to say, this is going to be, it's in LA next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you'd have to, what better time? And The Rock is running out of time. He's in his early 50s now.
No, he's not.
He looks great, isn't he?
He's not that old. No,
152.
He's not even close to that.
Oh, he's not close to 50.
No, I think he's only like.
I think you're wrong, but
he's only like 40. Oh, never mind. He turns 50 in May. You're right.
Yeah. What you thought he was like 9?
Well, you said early 50s. You're like 52, 53. He's only 49 right now. He'll be 50 in May.
Okay, so I'm a couple years off, but I wasn't way off like you said. But
yeah, you're right.
Regardless, to be able to perform at that level in the ring.
Yeah.
When you commit
either
to
way, if The Rock doesn't come out, if The Rock isn't involved in this in any way, there's no way Brock. Unless it's so obvious that Brock does win, and maybe Roman gets it back on Monday.
You know what I think? I really think they want Roman to hold the title for like 5 years in a row. I think they want him to break the all-time record.
Could be.
And
I know that sounds kind of insane in this day and age, but I really feel like they do because he is so far.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
I do too. A roster where there was one guy that was so head and shoulders above everybody else, where it doesn't even seem close that somebody could beat him at this point.
Yeah.
Brock's the only guy, and clearly, Brock is not a full-time wrestler, so.
Yeah.
And Brock's had pretty much a full-time schedule. That shows you how.
Yes, but he's going to go away after this.
He'll be gone till SummerSlam after this if he loses. But it just shows you the difference. Brock has pretty much been on every episode of SmackDown for the last, I don't know, since SummerSlam?
Pretty much. He's done a lot.
So it shows you the difference when he's around.
Vince paid him a buttload of money to say, hey, could you just show up every week and we have nobody else.
Yeah.
I think Brock has famously said they don't pay me to wrestle. They pay me to leave the house. He hates leaving the house.
Yeah.
You know what would be the worst ending? The absolute worst ending is if whoever goes over, if you hear Goldberg's music.
Oh God.
Oh God.
You're next.
Oh. And you know what's funny? I can't say that won't happen for sure. I'd say a 2% chance, but
God, that would be so awful.
But all right, well, Abe, thank you for letting me come on and talk about this stupendous weekend. I really appreciate it.
And what are you doing now? You have to.
Well, what do you care? Not here to give my whole life story. I'm here to talk about WrestleMania.
Are you really wearing an X-Pac outfit, or were you joking?
No, I really am. Headband and everything.
That'd be awesome. This is Vandex.
But
I think I suggested he goes as Benoit, but whatever.
Oh. You should, Sam. You're a heel.
I should. That would be great. Rachel will be Nancy Benoit.
Well, Sam, have fun. Are you going to do any Texas? Are you going to the Pantera Strip Club? What do you got planned?
Not the latter, and I'm not going to be actually grilling when I don't live out there and have a. Oh, I'm sure.
How would you grill?
Brian, didn't you say, are you going to do any barbecuing?
Well, of course that means you can go to a barbecue place.
All right, gents, we'll be chatting over the weekend.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, guys. Peace.
What a heel. All right. Ryan, we'll wrap it up ourselves here, but what are your final thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm sure you and I will both just do out of obligation, watch it all weekend. Yeah. I'm sure we'll be in our text thread. It'll probably exceed expectations. And here's why. WWE, typically when it matters, they deliver.
Yeah.
They do. They just do.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And I think we'll probably be surprised by a number of things. I think that in the end, we'll enjoy it. There will probably be some moments that we're like, God, this is fucking terrible. But I think overall, we're going to walk away from the weekend pleased.
Are you planning on a nice menu, or what do you plan on eating on this stupendous day?
Well, it depends.
I
have a couple friends who I don't want to get into the whole thing, but we were planning to watch it together. But one of them, their mom has fallen ill, so I don't know that we're going to be able to get together. So I don't know. Could just be a me and Penny pizza and Steve Weiser type of weekend.
Hey, it sounds good to me, brother.
That's what I'm saying. What do you do? What are you going to do? You just going to do the same thing?
Probably.
Are you going to watch it with Dan? Is Gaga coming?
I don't think so. We could call him and ask him. Let's wrap it up on that. Let's see if he answers the phone. Danny Gaga, the one and only Danny Gaga, who a lot of people would know from the old our old Sirius show. We'll get him on here. Let's see. Hey, I'm gonna tell him, by the way. Hey, Dan, before you say anything offensive, like he usually answers the phone.
He could.
Hello?
Hey, Dan, before you say anything, you're live on the Vince Please Steal Our Ideas wrestling podcast with me and Ryan right now, okay? Just so you know. Just making you aware.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the heads up.
You're live. Hey, Ryan, Dan, are you and I watching WrestleMania together this weekend? That's the question.
Oh, this is the first I've heard of it.
I know. I threw that out there. It was a Manno suggestion.
Yeah. Now, Sunday, I can't watch it with you because I have to wake up early Monday. So I'm not going to unless you come here to watch it.
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to bounce it around a little bit and see.
Oh, that means no. That's a no.
That was a hard no.
That's a hard no. We'll have to bounce it around. No,
that wasn't a no. That was a nope. And those are different things. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It's just you and I are the last two. Ryan is in California. Sam's actually going to the gimmick. You and I are here in Chicago. I'm like, hey, every year the four of us watch it together.
If I had the foresight, I would have flown out to watch it with Abe, and Dan hopefully would have shown up. But
yeah, we definitely lacked on planning this out a little bit this year. Once Sam said he was going, I think we kind of just let things unfold on their own.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Danny Gaga making an appearance, a Sam appearance. All right, Dan. We'll reconvene later.
Yeah, bounce it around.
All right.
All right, sounds good. I'll bounce it at the wall.
Dan, you should say your old closing line.
All right, out.
Nice.
Oh, classic. Delivered it just the same. What are your final thoughts? Wait, before you and I sign off here, what do you feel?
I think that I'm most looking forward to the Stone Cold thing, the Cody thing. I'm looking forward to seeing if The Rock comes out.
Let me ask you this. Let me pause really quick. If Cody doesn't show up, how pissed would you be?
I'd be very pissed. I really want to see him. And I don't even like Cody. It's just like when you build something up, it's exciting.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not very excited about it. But they said there's reports that he was in an airport in Dallas.
Why wouldn't they just fly him private? They've done everything to keep this hush. I don't know. Is he really flying? Is he flying commercial to Dallas and staying at the hotel? I doubt it.
Why wouldn't you fly him to like Oklahoma City and then let him drive it? You know what I mean? Like it's really sloppy to do that. So I don't believe that's true.
Yeah.
It's probably some other jobber. But all right. Well, we'll reconvene after.
We should do this again next week though, and do a wrap up.
Yeah, we should, and then we'll get Sam on. Maybe Sam could actually walk. So here, that way.
Yeah.
That's my door. He could have honestly. We live in the same condo building. He could have walked
just a quick gimmick ride down. Yeah.
There's the gimmick down, and he could have been here honestly in 40 seconds.
Yeah.
But instead, we had to listen to him on his phone with the dryer running in the background. What a heel! That's what you want out of
If he pulls this on the post-Mania episode, you should start this on your phone and just go off, just walk off.
Exactly.
If he's on the phone and just go knock on the door with the camera on. Like a Chris Hansen type.
Yeah. Hey, I want to take a seat. All right.